Okay, hello, friends. Thank you for joining us for this paint class, The Birds on the Line. Yeah, I think that's the real name. So we're gonna start off by doing the background. What we're gonna do is just do some beautiful streaking of the sky. Make sure your paintbrush is wet because we're gonna dilute it and make it look very watercolory. That's the word. So you want to start with a bigger brush, something like this, even like this. It'll just allow you to get that canvas covered beautifully. And we're just gonna add blue in some spots. We're gonna build on the colors here. So I'm primarily gonna do blue to define the sky. But there's gonna be some blues, there's some pink, some yellow, and even a little bit of gray. And the best way to get it to blend is just to add more water rather than more paint, because you can always layer up on your paint afterwards. So once you have that background covered up the way that you like it, it's really up to you as far as how you want it to look and what colors you want to use. You know, you certainly don't have to use the same exact colors that are in the demo, or you can. Just your choice. You know, sometimes I have some of my artists, they want to create a background that maybe matches their living room decor a little bit better, or, you know, want it just to give it its unique flair, your unique personality. That is one way to do it, is changing up the background colors and making it your own, you know. But I'm just going back and forth in a stroking motion in the same direction, trying to cover up most of this canvas with the blue, and then I'm gonna go in and add my second color. And I think my second color, I'm gonna do yellow, kind of to bring out the light of the sun. How's it going for you over there?
Good.
I have a friend with me today that wanted to do this project, so thank you for joining. You are my friend. Okay, it's my daughter too. Hi, Riley. She likes doing these paintings. They're great for kids, they're great for adults. It's just a nice way to relax and
Any ages.
any ages, yeah. Exactly. How's yours coming along? Do you have enough water? Is
Yeah.
your brush wet enough?
I think so.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
awesome. Let me know if you need anything else. So the colors that I put on my palette today for this project is blue, black and white, pink, and yellow. Again, in these paintings that we have in our kits, really water works wonders and helps out with the blending, and very little paint is needed. So, and I always say, add less and add more later, rather than trying to take it away. You might get frustrated. So I'll start light and build up on it, make it heavier if I want to down the road. It's hard to erase paint. It is. Okay, so I'm done with my blue, Miss Riley. So I'm gonna move on to yellow like I mentioned. You can take your time with this. It's no rush. Most of our projects take usually about 30 minutes to an hour, so it's perfect to do either by yourself or with some other friends.
And also, if we're going too fast, just pause the video and then catch up and then just unpause it.
Good point. Yeah, if we're going too fast or you want to stop on any point, just pause the video, rewind. If we're going too slow, feel free to speed it up. I like this one. It's very girly. I think it'd look cute in your room.
Probably gonna put mine in my room.
Are you?
Well, it depends, depending on how it turns out.
It's gonna turn out great. I think all of our projects are super easy. Like you said, for any age. Any age. What do you think about that? I like how that yellow pops. It doesn't really pop that much in the demo, but I'm really liking it. I love to see how my other artists' paintings turn out. So when you're finished, it's always great if you want to share what your final piece looks like. And you can share that online at Hello Honey Creative Co. if that's where you got the kit, or Melissa Bloom's Party if you got it at Bloom's Party on Etsy. How's it? Ooh, yeah.
Is that enough blue?
It depends on how much blue sky you want. Is it gonna be first thing in the morning? Is it later in the evening? We're seeing a shadow, so my guess would be that what time of day is it if we're seeing the shadows of birds? Yeah. So while I love this yellow, I'm sure I'm gonna be covering up a lot of it with more of the darker colors to emulate sunset, right? We're so lucky in Arizona, though. We have some of the most beautiful sunsets.
In the world.
For real. For real, for real. So many cool colors.
I was going to drink my paint water.
Ew. Don't drink the paint water. Don't do it. Say no. Ooh-wee.
Oh, my water's getting pretty teal.
Is it?
Yeah, look.
Your favorite color?
See? It's kind of like green. That makes sense.
Yeah, and what's your favorite color? You know, maybe choose those colors to do for your backdrop. So, so it's something you want to look at all the time, you know?
What happened?
I dropped my brush on the canvas.
Is it paint?
It's so forgivable, you know? Like I said, if you ever want to add something down the road, you can, because you just layer, layer, layer. You always want to go in every once in a while and clean off that brush. I'm gonna dip into the pink now and add a little bit of pink. We have lots of pink in our Arizona sunsets. I also like to hear where my other artists are from, you know, and what are common scenes where they're at. It's always different. How's yours coming along?
Okay.
Eh? I feel like mine's almost fully covered, so if you need me to slow down, I can. If you feel like your brush isn't moving along very easily, you probably need more water. So just take a little dunk. Is that funny? I'm so happy you guys decided to do this class today. This is one of the cuter ones, I think. Romantic.
And it's also funny because right now it's nighttime for us, and right now it's nighttime for the birds.
Yep.
They're probably recreating this moment right now.
Recreating this moment. They are inspiration.
Inspiration of our painting.
Okay, I'm going into the black to kind of give some of that gray, but I'm going to be very, very light-handed on this one because I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm going to take the tip of my brush. I only put a little dab of paint on the tip, and I'm going to lightly just come through. Add water. It's kind of cool how these colors are making new colors.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I love about painting is like the water that you add your like colors into, because then at the end you always like check what color it is, and you're like, oh, that's pretty color, or oh, that's not a pretty color.
Yeah, and then
it's always like
and
you,
then
you never know what it's gonna be.
You never know what it's gonna be, and if you're not loving it, then what do you do?
Empty it out.
Empty it out.
Yeah. No, like the water cup.
Oh, gotcha.
That's one thing like that I like looking. You never know how it will turn out.
Yours is looking really beautiful. I want to hear how your guys' is turning out at home. Share, share, share. We love to see them. And I hope you're having fun doing this too. It really is so cathartic for me. Oh, what do you think?
It's really
Am I
pretty.
good?
I'm still working on yellow.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe add some more water. Sometimes if you feel like it's not spreading across the whole canvas, if you add more water, it's gonna blend a lot easier, like a watercolor, you know?
Yeah. I like watercolors a lot.
I do too.
It's really like easy to handle with.
My grandma used to do watercolors a lot. She was an artist, and she loved acrylics, she loved oils, but she also did some really great watercolors. She was talented. Okay, so this particular project is a 3-step. So we're working on the background. Once your background is full, filled the way you like it, tones the way you like it, shading, then you're ready to move on to the next step. Now on this one, we've added an extra little fun guy, but it's gonna require a stencil. We've included a stencil in your kit. And on the demo, you'll see that it's placed sporadically throughout the background. So I'm gonna choose a few locations here to place those. So that is step 2. Now, you can either wait for this to dry a little bit more and then move on to step 2, or just make sure that you have it securely held where you want it, because then we're going to be taking a smaller brush, maybe something like this that you have in your kit, and we're going to be dipping it into the white, and we're going to be dabbing the stencil and pulling it up and out. So you want it firmly on there, so when you're going in with the white, the firmer it is, the cleaner that stencil's gonna come out, okay? Now you can always just hold it with your finger in spots like this and add your paint. Make sure your paint is really light too. You don't wanna go heavy on this, because the heavier you go, the more likely it's gonna get into the cracks of the stencil. So super light. You can stipple it like this, or brush it lightly across like this. Either way will work, but what's super important is just to make sure that you have this stencil down securely. Again, you can use tape, or your fingers are fine. I personally like to use my fingers, so I'll just hold down the stencil, and as I'm working in different areas, I'll just make sure that it's, you know, held down in that particular spot and work my way around. And then we will lift it very carefully and then move on to the next one. The idea is to get this as clean as possible, and crisp as possible. So look, oh, that is so cool. Oh, I wish you guys could see Riley's colors. They're really, really cute, really vibrant. Are we moving on to step 2?
No, I still said do some more. But what's after pink?
I would go with maybe a little bit of black and make some like of those gray, like, you know, night sky blues.
So like, how am I supposed to do that? So like,
I take your brush on the black and just dab the tip of the brush really lightly, and then you're still using the tip of the brush and lightly stroke it where you want it. Super, super light. Don't go heavy on it.
cool.
More water, the better on that one. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start doing my stencil. Is that okay, Miss Riley? I think the little doily look or the mandalas just gives it a real nice feminine touch to this project, I think.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm. On these two, if you don't want to add them, you don't have to. We provided a stencil in your kit, but if you don't want to use it, you don't have to, and you can move on to the birds. You can also use a different color, you know, if you want to. White's a little bit tricky because it is something that we're going to have to build on maybe a couple times, couple passes through to stand out, because we basically colored over a white canvas and then we're trying to make it white again, you know.
And also, you might have like a different stencil than us, but they're still the exact same thing, and it won't make your painting any different.
Right. They do have different styles. It's very similar, but there may be a different style specifically in your kit. Thanks for mentioning that, right?
Yeah.
I think for me on this one, you know, since I've done this one a few times, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on the white and make it look, you know, almost dreamlike, just real subtle. Because right now I'm seeing it, it's almost like a cloudy white, and some of the colors pulling through, but I kind of like that look. So I'm gonna do that on this one. And also for sake of time. It looks great. Are you gonna blend any more?
Yeah, like just like do water and then just like go over it.
See?
Do you think that would help? Probably. Like
Yeah,
getting water.
I would.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, if you don't feel like it's blended that much, definitely. And water is your friend, right?
Because it keeps you alive.
It keeps you alive. Yep.
Oops. And the black blended. Not that it's too much.
No, it's fine. It's the sky, right? We never see like a perfect sunset, or no sunset is the same, right? This is kind of, I don't know if the camera is capturing this, but it kind of reminds me of tie-dye.
Oh, dye.
As you're putting the white on top of the colors, the way that it's blending, it totally looks like a tie-dye.
I think that's good.
You sure? Don't rush it. No need to rush it. You want to be in love with it, so no rushing love. Oh gosh. If you ever want to take a break, feel free to pause this. You can always come back to it. Do you have your stencil ready to go?
No.
There's some in that bucket right there in front of you. If you want one of those, or if you want this one, I can loan you this one too.
Okay. Thank you. Wait, this bucket?
I think the top one. Wow, that one looks so good. The colors in that one. I can't wait to see your guys' colors. Some of them I'm gonna like drop off of, that's cute. That one's really pretty.
But I'm just gonna use like this part instead of the hill.
Do you have some white paint?
Yeah, I do. You need some?
I do.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You're gonna need a lot of the white because it really is hard to cover up the paint we just did, unfortunately. Not hard, but it
I don't have
takes a little bit of care and time.
I only have like 3 little drops of white, but it's sort of kind of mixed. So I'm gonna mix that.
Mixed with what?
Like it, I don't know. Like they were like dots away from each other, and then they just like moved, kind of.
Oh.
But I'll look for some more white. We have some. I think we.
Check the art cabinet over in the hall as well.
Wait, are you gonna use this, or can I just use it the way I?
You can use it out of there. Yeah. I'm gonna need some more too.
Yeah, we all need more.
We all need more. Okay, so on the color choices, at least give yourself a decent amount of white. If you're doing these in white. Now again, if you're doing another color, then make sure on that color that's the one that you're putting more of on your palette. Yes, I do.
This white I think is like a little darker.
I'm going to do maybe this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. You can open it?
No.
Here.
Put it in your cup.
No, you don't want to get your brush too wet on this one. This is the exception to the rule. This one is better with a dry brush.
Wait, is that what you're... Oh.
Because then it's going to go on thicker.
Oh, it's like...
And then you'll have to apply less, etc., etc. Okay? Are you going to go white on yours?
Yeah. Sure. I lost my stencil.
You did?
Yeah.
Is it over on the art table?
Oh yeah, here it is. Thank you.
Do you guys ever lose things all the time? I feel like we do in this family.
Where are the scissors?
Scissors are over there by the balloons.
Oh, thank you.
We must be making it sound like we live at the circus. What are you looking for now?
Scissors.
The purple ones?
Yeah. Any ones. I just need scissors.
Are they in the utility drawer?
No, I checked there a few days
Are they still outside?
What would they be outside from?
Because I was working on that project.
Oh, they magically appeared.
Oh, there they are.
Make
Oh. Stencils are fun. You know, it takes a lot of detail work out of things, but makes it look like something special, you know? I love that one.
Yeah, I think this one is like the perfect match, practically. So, I'm gonna use that one.
Okay, now did you hear my instructions as far as holding the stencil tight and brushing it along?
My thing's still like kind of wet, so the paint kind of holds it.
Okay.
I'm still gonna hold it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'd still hold it so it doesn't slip.
May I borrow a thin brush?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, here is a good one. Just me.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Another good one.
Okay, are you guys feeling successful so far? Are you liking how it's coming out? Anything you want to change? Maybe thinking about that? Let me know. There we go. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna add. I did 5.
5? How many? They put 1, 2.
There's 5 on this one.
Yours?
Yeah. So also on the demo piece, I added some dots along here just for an extra touch. I didn't even do it on all of the doilies, just sporadically. all but one. But you could do them or not do them, your choice. But you're gonna take something small and fine like this. I like rolling it in my paint because it gives it a finer point on the bristles. And then I'm gonna create those dots. Maybe about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch away from the edge of your flower or mandala.
What are you working on?
I'm doing the dots.
Like there's dots?
Yeah. You don't have to add them. I just added them for a little extra, but your choice. See, I'm moving my wrist in like a circle motion and it's giving me a nice droplet. So swirl and then swirl the wrist, swirl the wrist, swirl the wrist. I don't know if you noticed, but on that one, the stencil didn't take all the way. So I just kind of filled it in to where I visualized it would be without the stencil, right? Remember that one painting that we did recently that you guys added the little hearts?
Oh, the rainy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Where is
This
that?
reminds me of those little hearts.
Oh, it does. It reminds me also. I think when we added the hearts, it just made it like 10 times better.
Like I said, it's those personal touches that really just make you fall in love with your own piece, right?
Like, I was like, okay, and then I had the hearts, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this.
Yeah, and the hearts were not in the original sample at all. So I just am flipping the canvas just to make it within reach. You may have a different setup at home. You may have it on an easel or upright. I personally don't mind painting like this. It helps me to show you what I'm doing. But it's also, you know, fairly easy to get around an 11 by 14 space like this. I'm just going in and filling in some flowers that didn't get all the love. Hey, it happens, it happens. Let me see. Ooh, that is so nice. That's so cool.
I love that.
I love it too.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, it's so cute. We'll show you what Riley's looks like when she's all done.
It took some of the paint off on the back. Like the real paint. Oh my god, look at it. Sorry.
What do you think?
I feel, oh, that is so good. Oh my god.
It's fun, huh? It's a fun one. I think the most intimidating part for my students on this one is going to be the birds,
Ooh, yeah.
but it's really not. I promise. Okay. We're gonna let that dry a little bit just so it doesn't smudge when we start to go over on step 3. And that's the shadows of the birds. The silhouettes, I should say. So we'll let this dry a little bit, a few seconds for sake of recording. For this one, I'm gonna use a medium size rounded top, so kind of an upgraded version from what we just used on the white. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's gonna look great.
Oh wow, I love this stencil. I'm happy that I cut it from like the flower.
Yep, it's pretty. That was creative. Okay, so what I'm planning out right now is where I'm gonna put those power lines, clothing lines.
Where's the white?
Right here.
Oh, I thought that was like yellow.
This is one that I'm going to use the tip of the brush again. And I'm gonna be so careful to try and make it as fine as I can. You know, you could even use a smaller one than this.
What about a pencil? Like, what if you did like a pencil and then you just like went over it with like...
Oh, totally, yeah. I have a pencil, just in case you're not comfortable just going with it. You can always trace it out with the pencil and then go over the pencil line with your pen. So for example, we'll do the second line now. I'm going to take it like this. And then it's very faint, but at least guides me along. Yeah, that's why it's the third step, because you will see that the silhouettes and the birds and the lines, they actually do go over a couple of those doilies. Make sure that that tip is really pointed.
I'm still working on this, like flower type.
That's okay. Take your time, no rush. Ideally, you set up time to do this with no one pressuring you to finish within a certain amount of time. Because sometimes that's not so fun.
And you have to rush, and then it won't be as good as if you wouldn't have to rush.
Mm-hmm. All right, so then we're gonna do the third line. Like that, maybe, okay? What song stuck in your head?
Well, I don't like know the words, but I see this guy where he like takes like these amazing photos in like 1 second of just random strangers.
Oh, I think I've seen him.
Random places, and it goes, and then the music is.
Is that always his song?
Well, for all the ones I've seen, I haven't seen too much, but I've seen like a lot of it. That's the song that always plays. That I was watching one today. While I was watching the TV. Okay. 3, 2.
Wow. Well, Miss Riley, yours is really turning out great.
I remember. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I think I'm just gonna leave it at 3, so mine will be unique.
Okay. Cool. Very nice. Okay. So I've got my lines drawn out. Now birds, people are like, oh my God, how do I do a bird? Honestly, you can get really creative with this because if you notice, all these birds are in different positions, right? So you're gonna see different features, like the tail, the feet potentially, the beak, wing maybe not though. Maybe it's all here in the silhouette, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off stenciling out, I guess maybe similar to like a lemon shape. And I'm gonna draw that little lemon close to the line.
So kind of like an oval-ish?
Oval-ish, yeah.
Like a football kind of?
Football kinda, yeah. So I got a little football shape here. Now that's the body on that guy. And then all I have to do is add on a little hump for his head.
Oh, and also depending where you are, we're not thinking about like the soccer football,
A triangle for the beak.
I don't know.
This guy, he's facing a side view, so I'm gonna side view his tail here. And that typically is like one of those paper fan shapes. But remember, you know, their feathers are moving. They could be in any weird, awkward position that you can imagine, right? What's great about a silhouette though is it's very simplistic. You don't have to worry about the details of something that's a living creature, right? So here's a smaller bird, so I'm gonna do a smaller lemon football.
It's a lemon football.
He has a different position on those feet maybe. He's looking down at something.
Or she.
So, or she. So I'm gonna do a little dome here for the head. And you kind of blend it into one of the points of the football. And then a little beak. And then got a little football, lemon. This one's head is super blended in almost to the chest here. And this one is got his feathers all ruffled up. And a beautiful tail. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
This one is really fun. This is probably one of the kids.
Which one?
This one. This is a fun one.
Or maybe like it's an adult, but like he's bending down. That's what it looks like. It's like an adult, but he's bending down.
Kinda.
Or you're right, it could be a kid. It can't be.
I love the tail feathers that are all spread up
Oh
hearts.
no, it's too much black.
This lemon is upward.
Or football.
This guy is looking out for everyone. I'm gonna do a dome around the tip, a little beak, footsies. This This one has a really cool wing. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, again, it's a moving creature, so it can be different. This is another upward mama type lemon. So yes, this is definitely a mama and a baby. Look at.
It's a mama lemon. It's a mama lemon.
It's a mama lemon.
It's a mama lemon. How do you know the difference between a baby lemon and a mama lemon?
The size. Look at this little chubby guy. This one I'm gonna do a ball. This is my true oval. He's a chubber dubber.
Which one? Oh. Oh, he looks so cute.
He looks so cute,
Oh my
huh?
God, that's so good. Wow, that is wow. I'm still working on the line.
All right, so mine are kind of traced out how I want them. And now this is another one that I'm probably gonna start with that medium rounded brush. You're even safe to use, you know, something like this. And you can create those nice lines when you use the edge of the brush. So I'll show you that technique here also. I'll use two different ones. And now I'm just gonna outline that pencil in the black. And then once it's outlined, fill it in. The beauty of a silhouette. Simple, simple, simple. All right? Uh-oh, Riley's turning into a bird. Watch out, everyone. I'm gonna use the finer one that we used with the white for the feet. So make sure that's clean and ready to go when the feet are ready to be drawn in, painted in. I like this guy. He reminds me of Gus Gus on Cinderella. Can I get a Gus Gus? He's so cute. I really appreciate you taking this class with me today.
Me?
You and whoever's on the other end.
Wow. Yeah, it's like Gus Gus was a bird. That's actually probably what he looked like.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I love just saying.
Can I get a Gus Gus?
I love saying Gus Gus. Okay. So.
Fill her in. Just fill her in.
I'm making mine like smaller.
Your birds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't stop saying that.
I love Cinderella.
Gus.
The Disney one, the original. I like them both actually, but
I don't think I've ever seen the not Disney one.
oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh wait, yes I have.
It's a really gorgeous film.
Yeah, I have. I remember. And I've also seen the remix one. Colin. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm. Can I get a Gus Gus? So do you understand like the shapes that you're doing, or do you need any help?
Me? I have to me?
Yeah.
Oh. I think I got it. I'm just like standing up so I can like just go over and be like, okay. Now we're gonna do toss. But I can kind of see it's just like the pencils. What are those called? Paintbrushes are like. They have, like,
Oh, I can move them.
There you go. Give it a guess. Is that from Cinderella? Like he said that?
His friend,
Which one?
the skinny one,
Little Sue.
the one in the red shirt.
Oh, that one? What's his name?
I forget.
If you guys know his name, comment down below, because we both forgot.
Okay, if you know the name of the mouse with the red shirt in Cinderella, comment down below and let us know and solve this mystery.
Comment down below and let us know. That's right.
Comment down below.
And tell us what you know. And beyond. Oh. Oh yeah. So good. Okay. Now I'm gonna like put this at an angle where I don't get like, you know, also, you guys should have an apron in your gift.
In your kit.
Yeah, kit.
Yep.
Thing.
Yeah, I know. We're really bad at wearing aprons and we get really messy, but we don't care. You might be dressed for a beautiful paint party and we don't want to ruin your beautiful clothes, so
Yes.
put that baby on with no shame.
Ooh, that was perfect. So I didn't have to lift my pencil off. And now we're doing like with Gus. How do I put it? I'm doing the one on the top.
Mm.
The other, like, chubby one.
The other little one?
No, the chubby.
Oh, I see him.
Yes, right there.
Mhm.
See him?
Mhm.
I did different lines, and now I regret doing that.
Why?
X now, I don't know what to do. Like where to
Yeah,
place
but
them.
just visualize where they might look good or where they would be if they were hanging out.
I'm gonna make mine different and not do birds on every single line.
Yeah.
So I'm done. Are you painting the birds? Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm outlining the pencil first
Oh.
to get my shapes in order. If I like it, then I fill it in.
I'm gonna use this.
Mm-hmm.
This will probably help me a lot. Wow, this is going to help me so well. Ow. Ow. Oh, wow. Is the red shirt one his brother or his friend?
I don't know. I thought they were friends.
A whole bunch of mysteries I need to solve.
Yes.
First of all, what's his name? Second of all, wait, what was my second question? Oh, is he his brother or his friend? His friend. I think it is his friend.
His friend.
His friend.
Okay, well,
And tell me
I'm
the
curious
difference.
how you guys are liking your birds.
So I'm like, or if you're not on the birds, when you go into the birds, how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
What was that on the first paint class that we did? What was that word you said that like I was laughing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Prickle sharp?
I don't know. I'm going with the thin one now, and I'm gonna fill in the feet. Some of them are straight down, and other ones, like this guy, have the, what would that be?
Wait,
The elbow? Elbow?
Wait, tail?
Or the knee?
Wait, what? Oh, like the legs?
Mm-hmm. I guess it's elbow the way it bends.
Birds have 4 toes and we have 10 toes.
Do you think we need all 10? Are you saying you might want to give them some of yours?
Imagine seeing a bird flying around with 10 feet. 10 toes. Wouldn't that be like so funny?
I'm not sure if I'd even notice. You think you'd notice?
I mean, if you see human feet on a bird, I mean, yeah, I'd notice. Human feet on a bird. And also, their tail's like kind of like a reward.
A reward?
Yeah.
Why?
Like if the Gus Gus one didn't have the beak, it would be like if you win first place because it has like the tail, and then it has like the badge type thing, kind of.
Oh, I see what you're saying. What a good imagination. Well, I think that's a wrap for me. Do you want to share with our friends, Riley, what yours is looking like so far?
I'm not done.
I know. Do you want to just do a sneak peek and pop it over here? Share with everybody what yours looks like?
Yeah. So we do this. So, does that mean we'll have 2 birds in our backyard or just one?
This bird is jumbo.
Oh my god. So this is mine.
Here's Riley's. She wants to share. She's still working, but she's building her birdies right now. She's got one bird on the line. She has this gorgeous stencil. I really do like that one a lot. That one's beautiful.
I love the stencils. That's probably my favorite part.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Good job, Riley. Can't wait to see it finished. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you had a good time. We'd love to see you again in another class. So visit us at Hello Honey Creative or Bloom's Party on Etsy. Thanks again. Oh, and Pinterest too. Hello Honey Creative on Pinterest. That's another great place to share your artwork. We love to see it. Thanks again, guys. Bye.